Hello, and welcome. Now, my mic is supposed to automatically turn on, so I'm not sure what happened, but how are you guys? It is a happy Sunday. So I am here, and I am officially a retired lady. Yay! I'm super excited. And I'm going to give myself some confetti. I am excited to give my own self some confetti for this one. Here we go. All right. Yay, Dee Dee. So I am retired. It is official. My last day was on Friday. And the funny thing is, I don't know if any of my family and friends that I don't talk to, like that I didn't talk to this week or last week, they don't know. Like a lot of people don't know. So if you're watching and you're one of my family and friends that I have not had a chance to speak to yet, surprise! I didn't tell anybody I'm on here. You know how people like might see you live and they stop through or whatever. So I didn't tell anybody that, I was retired outside of my just like my close circle of friends. So I'm going to call my cousin when I get off here. She doesn't know. I'm going to have to call her up and let her know. And a couple of other people I have to call. For the most part, I mentioned it to people, but I think people thought I was kidding. Like, like she's not retiring, because I didn't really make such a big deal about it. But that's just how I am. If I say something, I say it and pass it, but trust me, I'm going to follow through and do it. So that's kind of what I did. So I am retired, and I've had so much going on. So tonight I came in here to kind of give you an update on what's been going on with me as far as like the weight loss of it all. I used to come on here every Sunday at 2. And then I, took those efforts and I, put them into my inner circle. We meet every Sunday at 2. So if you want to join that inner circle, join that inner circle. Great group of ladies, and we just talk about everything. A lot of stuff we don't even say on YouTube. We talk about in this inner circle. So I kind of put my energy and effort in there. And really, it's not so hard to do, because when you come on YouTube, you got to make these thumbnails, you got to write a description, you got to do all of this and all of that. And I just kind of have a lot of stuff going on my channel. And so that just really keeps me busy. So some of my energy has gone to there. You guys know I have that stock club, which is one of the reasons I'm so confident that I'm retiring, right? Because, I got a little nest egg put to the side with the stocks of it all. So I should be in pretty good shape. I'm excited. Not for nothing. People have been asking me, what do you plan to do after you retire? And I'm just going to drink my water and my business. I mean that. That's what I plan to do. I just plan to do nothing. And then for at least a year, and then I'll get a part-time job unless something comes up, before then, that I just really want to do, really want to tackle, really want to go at. That's just my plan, to be retired, right? Why would I be retired and plan on working again? I just don't have plans for that right now. So, and I don't know how my YouTube situation is going to look, but as far as, if I'm going to be on here more or less or whatever. But one of the things that I know I want to do is reach my 100-pound goal. So I got to kind of, get to that. I have so many retirement things coming up. I had so many retirement things going on. And so I'm just going to share some little retirement things with you guys. And then I'll talk about my weight loss. And, and I want you guys to make a prediction if you think I gained or lost or maintained. However, I'm just going to give you a heads up. I'm not going to share that today. I am put it in a video, and I'm going to share it out in a YouTube video. And the reason why I'm doing that is because YouTube pushes out these videos better than they push out the live stream. So, and I just also want to talk about, my 2+ years taking a GLP-1, and I kind of want to sum everything up in this video, for my 2 years. And I started to show you the thumbnail, but I think I might change it. So I didn't put it out there. So I think I'm going to release that on Friday and then do my regular 1-2 on Sunday. But, and I might come on live a lot more. One of the things, I'm not going to say what I was interested in doing, because sometimes when I say stuff, I'm like, why did I say that? But maybe the interest I had before I started, I couldn't do it. Taisha probably is the only one, and maybe Mel, who knows what I'm talking about. It was an interest I had, and I couldn't do it because I was a full-time mom. I'm always going to be a full-time mom, and I was a full-time teacher. But now that I don't have, the restrictions of like, a time clock, I might take this interest that I had, something with GLP-1, but just with YouTube. So I'm excited to look into that and do that. I don't know if I'll do it or not. Again, because I kind of want to just chill. I feel like if I do what I want to do with this GLP-1, I would have to put some hustle and bustle into it. And I just kind of want to chill. So, there's that. So let's get into it. I see a lot of my friends are in the chat. Hello. I'm going to go in the chat in a second. I just look at my earrings. I changed my little earrings up. Can you guys see them? Jeez, Louise, the hoops. Remember, I feel like in Around the Way, girl. Remember that LL Cool J? So I got my hoops in my ear. How about that? So, right here, I got my glasses. I got some, these are my official teacher glasses. I can retire these babies. I still might need it because I'm going to be reading, writing, doing all the things, but especially with my daughter. And I got the little, how the librarians, it reminds me of a librarian, how they would hook their glasses onto their, so they don't lose them. I have that too. So I got my teacher glasses. I'm going to retire these babies, save them for my daughter when I'm on her about her work and stuff. So I got that. And so I brought some pictures to share. So this is what we're doing. I love a good agenda. So I got some pictures to share of my daughter, which a lot of my time is going to be going to my daughter. So there's that, of course that would be right. And so I'm just going to, I want to keep myself organized here because I want to get through all the things and I want to celebrate with you guys also in the chat. So let me see, did I put it in here? Okay. So here's the title. It's called Now That I'm Retiring, My Health Can Finally Come First. And I say that, and I mean that, but, I have still so many other distractions going on with the family and friends of it all. So, we're going to get into my retirement. We're going to talk about the weight loss of it all, or not. We're going to talk about, am I going to titrate up or not? That's also something that, I'm going to hit on a little bit here and talk about that. That I'm not going to say for the video. But I am going to talk about that, the menopause of it all and the HRT. How is that situation affecting what I have going on? How is retirement going to affect my weight loss? I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about, my health goals that I have coming up here. And then we could just get into, chatting. If you guys have any questions about anything, we could go for it. So, and then I have a video to share of my daughter and I, a short video we did. I don't know if anybody saw this short video. I had it up, and this is so funny. My daughter is so into all these things, all YouTube. I hope this operation doesn't shut down because I feel like when I do a lot of extra stuff, it just doesn't hold up. Now, let me turn on the fan. Let me say this. I was going to wear this shirt that it's a sweater. And I saw this thing at the Crackle Barrel of all places, right? So I thought, this sweater is so cute. It got a cute little, I like to have like a little flare to my clothes. So it has a cute little sleeves. But this is what it says. And I was going to wear it tonight, but the menopause of it all wouldn't let me. But it says blessed. I thought that was so cute, and it looks cute on. I was going to show you guys how it looks on, but I'll take a picture in it or something. It's just too hot. I had to change out of that baby and put this on, and this you can see clear through. That's how hot I was, but that's okay. This is what I'm going to be wearing. You can see, you can see clear through this shirt, but I was warm, and so yeah. So is that HRT really working? It is. I think it is. It's just the lights of it all, right? I'm like, I have a light on over here, a light on over there. The lights are just kind of beaming down. Plus, it's warm. I don't have on my air. So there's that. It's not really so related to, the HRT of it all. So let's just get started with my retirement reflections. I am so excited to be retired. I'm going to share with you guys. I have been busy as a bee celebrating my retirement. And I think I told you guys, my principal decided to retire as well. So it's been extraordinary with all the things going on celebrating the retirement. So, we had an event I think that was at our board office, celebrated the retirees, everybody in my whole district. So I went to that. Then we had, what was next? The next thing was, what was next? Oh, geez, I can't even remember. Oh, the union. I was very involved in my teachers union. I was a union rep for, I don't know, 15, 20 years. And then I also negotiated the district's contract. I negotiated, I want to say 4 of those contracts, maybe 3. And I think maybe the 4th one I got off. I excused myself off when I had 2 years left because I knew I had retirement on the surface and on the horizon. And I thought, I don't want to negotiate a contract that I don't have to live up under. So I just, bowed out gracefully. So anyway, they honor, the retired teacher. So I went to that. Then we had my actual school had something. So that was celebration number 3. And then celebration number 4 was my financial advisor had a get together for any teachers that, are under his, financial services. So I went to that because I figured, and I didn't want to go. I was so tired of retirement stuff by that 4th thing, but I thought this dude is managing my money. So, so I'm there. So I went to that. And actually it was nice. So I went to that. And so I just had a great old time. Now, before I get into this, I see I have a super chat. Mail to the B. Thank you. What is she saying? What is this lady saying? Geez, Louise. Congratulations, Dee Dee. Wishing you the absolute best as you begin your new journey. Love you, girl. Blessings on blessings on blessings. Yes. And Mel is so sweet, behind the scenes. She has told me that over and over. I appreciate that. Let's give her a thank. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I appreciate that. Jeez Louise. Okay, so that's it. So some of the things that I got for retirement, I think a lot of people just didn't believe I was going to retire. People are still in disbelief. And a lot of reasons why is people say, "Oh my gosh, you're so young." But honestly, I could have retired at 51. If really I would have been 50 actually. Because I graduated from high school when I was 17. Really, I could have been 16. The teacher wanted to excel me in 1st grade. My mom said, no, she's going to be 16 when she graduated. So my parents were not going for that. So I graduated when I was 17. So I graduated from college when I was actually 20. And while it sounds, probably, impressive, I hated it because I was always the youngest one. Everybody was 21. I was 20. Everybody was 18. I was 17. Everybody could do this and that and the other, and I could not. So not for nothing, I would have been, I would have been 50 if I could have retired at 30 years, which is when I started teaching, I thought that's what it was. And they since, they moved the age requirement up and now they've scaled it back. And when they scaled it back to 32, honey, I didn't have to think about it. I was out of there. So that's how I'm, able to be 53 and retired already, which is excellent. I mean, I'm goals for my own self. Actually, I love that for myself. So I'm just going to share with you some things. I don't know if you guys do this for your class. I got a couple of your children. I got a couple of nice books. This is one. What will you do after you retire? So when you hear me giggling, this is probably because I'm reading this. Some of the kids had some cute ideas about what I could do. This was a 4th grade class. Remember, I teach 3rd. And then I have this book, and I was supposed to take this to school so that the teachers who didn't get a chance could write in the book. And I have this going for my daughter. So I don't know if you guys, but you have the teachers or anybody you want to write in the book. So that might be something you can do. And they write, just a nice note. And whenever you're getting discouraged, maybe you could go back and read that. So that's what I plan to do. Whenever I start missing the kids or get discouraged, I'm going to go back and read these things. So I love that. I love that. And some of the teachers told me to bring it on Friday. It was a teacher work day. The kids weren't there. The kids' last day was Thursday, and I forgot. So some of them I didn't get their messages, but I do plan on keeping in touch. I got so many gifts, but this is a lot of flowers. But this one I just loved. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, dun, 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 dun. Hey, you guys see that? I collect elephants. And I thought, because I'm retired, maybe that's something I'll do. I'll become more involved with my sorority. But I'm the type of person, if I get involved in something, before you know it, they want to put me in charge of it. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be in charge of anything. I just kind of want to go with the flow. So if I start going back and I get that, and trust me, you join a committee, and the next thing you know, your name is on it, that you're heading it. Like right on the spot. You don't even get a chance to say no. So I don't know how soon I'll go to start going to my sorority meetings and stuff, because I don't want to, again, I don't want to be in charge of anything. I just want to chill out. So there's that. So I got that kind of stuff. So let me show you, what else did I get? Oh, I got this. One of my teammates brought this bracelet. It's super cute. And I don't really wear silver, but it just kind of works. And it's sentimental. And then our PTA got this bracelet, this gold bracelet, and I was like, well, what is on it? Because it has like a plate on it, and I thought, what's on it? Because it just has numbers. Where is the coordinates to my school? I thought that was so clever that they did that. So I have to have my daughter put this baby on, because I can't get it on myself to save my life. But it's the coordinates of my school. So they say, like, whenever you get lost and need some, support or a pick me up, come back to school. So wasn't that creative? I thought that was so sweet. So there's that. I got that. And then I got a host of other things, but let me just show you. Some things here. So yeah, there is that Chat GTP special. Am I saying Chat GTP right? So yeah, so one of the things I always say is, you can pay somebody to teach, but you can't pay them to care. And I don't know if you guys know who Marva Collins is, but you need to look her up. That was one of the things she said, and I think that is so true. I would rather have for my daughter a teacher, a halfway decent teacher that cares, than a fabulous teacher that just is in there for the paycheck. And so, one thing I love about myself is I take my heart wherever I go. So there's that. If I can't put my heart in it, I won't even get involved in it. So that's one of the things I have loved about being a teacher, is just, you just care about people, and you get to show it. I consider myself a lifelong learner, especially with this GLP-1. I am kind, I am caring, and I'm a nurturer. And one of the things that, when people write you messages, a lot of the people, the parents, a lot of my colleagues were saying, we're going to miss your positivity and, your pick me up kind of attitude. And I just appreciate that, because, sometimes you don't see yourself like other people see you. You don't. So the fact that they, said that we're going to miss your positive attitude, that just means, like, even on my worst day, I was able to stay positive. And I'm kind of like that. If you know me in real life, I do get upset, but I don't hold it, which is a great thing. And my daughter has that going too. We wake up with a fresh, new start to the day. So I appreciate that about myself. So those are my retirement reflections. Wait a minute, let me show you some of the pictures. So I have some pictures, and I brought pictures of a couple of kids, and I did it to the kids who I thought their parents wouldn't be mad if they were on YouTube, even though they have glasses on. So here is pictures of the kids coloring pictures of me. These are two of my faves, not the kids, the pictures. And both of these girls I've had, the one lady, the girl who colored the shirt red, she knows that's my favorite color. Her mom works in the cafeteria in our district, and I just love her mom. The first girl with this gray shirt, I had her brother, and I had her, and her mom was hoping I would have the little sister who's in kindergarten. But, of course, by the time she gets up there, I won't be in kindergarten with her. So there's that. So the kids had a coloring contest, and we had centers, and they drew, and, I had the parents come in. I had about 11 parents come in, 12, and they helped me with centers, and we rotated around my room and my co-teacher's room, who's a guy who's so cool. And we were in groups of 4, or a couple of them had 5 groups. And we also had a physical education station, and it was all centered around retirement activities, or mostly the number 32. So it was a lot of fun. Well, one of the things, I had a coloring contest, and the kids had to color that picture, and then they also had to draw 32 hearts. So those were a couple of the good ones. that took their time and really colored. And when I say good ones, they actually follow directions and put those 32 hearts. Some of the kids didn't get to that, or they were chatting it up with the parent that was at the station so much. I mean, she's a beautiful lady. You're going to see a picture of her. Some of those boys were looking at this lady, this boy's mother. I don't think they could color correctly. It was so funny. So anyway, you're going to see a picture of her because she's in here. I've had both of her children as well. So there's that. So we have fun. I tried to make my little retirement fun. And then here are pictures. So that is the lady I was telling you about when the boys got to her center. I mean, geez, Louise. Isn't she a beauty? That's her son. I had her older son, and she volunteered to help out. So we had a good time. And her station was the coloring station where the kids also, drew the 32 hearts. So there's that. Look at my classroom. Geez, Louise. And then, of course, that is me. Somebody made me a book. The students in my class made a book. So that's the book. And I'm holding it up, but you can't really see. This was at the teacher little retirement thing. And then this was the gift that somebody made me a gift. And I thought it was so cool that she, made her wrapping paper with the bows. It's just, this lady is probably like 80. And she took her time to do it. That very cool. I thought that was so cool. And then of course these are two kids I've had before. This is I had the brother last year, he's in 4th grade, and this year I had the sister, and we took a quick selfie. So again, if their mother was their parents were to like scroll across my page, they would, I put up kids who I thought would be okay, even though I put cool shades on them. So there is that. And then I have a picture of me on the last day. I'm blowing a kiss there. I have a picture of one of my favorite bulletin boards, and it's not really a bulletin board. That's a whiteboard. And, I put magnets on there, and I kind of changed the board around a little bit, but it always focuses on choosing kindness. So I love that board. That's going to be special to me. And then these snacks and treats, I got to give myself credit because for field day, we had field day. And I normally don't do field day. You guys already know I don't like the outside, but I said, my last year, I got to go to field day. It's some years that, I was sick on field day. This year, the weather was perfect. The stars were aligned. I went, I had a ball on field day, and I bought treats for the teachers. So that's what those were. And I didn't even get a treat. I didn't get any of it. I came to school to celebrate my retirement with me. I was like, let's see if they still have some more treats for her, and so they had, the only thing that was left was these Italian ices. Remember, Mel, I think, was talking to me when I bought those Italian ice treats. Well, they had a couple strawberry and they have one lemon. And one lemon treat. And so my daughter got that. We put it in the freezer, and then we forgot all about it. So yeah. So that's what I was saying. I bought those treats and didn't even get any. And my daughter said, yes, we did. Well, we didn't eat it. We didn't eat the treats. We didn't get any. So, anyway, and I don't even eat Italian ice, not for nothing. But I guess if you had to choose between any of those things instead of the ice cream, I would have eaten that, but I didn't. So there's that. So, and she's still talking about going back to the school to get that Italian ice. Girl, get out of here. All right. So, I see I have some super chats. What in the what is going on here? Okay. All right. So, okay, let me go up here. Geez, Louise, they don't do a good job of telling you when you got a super chat. If you're a content creator, All right. Taisha, she says, congratulations, my friend. Your heart is my favorite feature of yours. Oh, thank you. Geez, Louise, you guys aren't going to have me on here doing the ugly Oprah cry, but Taisha, we can hang out. We got to meet up. We're both retired. We used to talk about this all the time. So I wonder, Taisha, did you really think I was going to retire? Did you believe it? Because I don't think some folks believed it. So thank you, Taisha. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And not for nothing, I'm going to need it in retirement. Oh, another teacher, Miss Toy. Thank you so much. She says, congrats. So happy for you. Miss Toy. She's got it. She's got it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. in about a little bit more. Now, that's what I say. I've been saying I'm going to stay on my channel, drink my water, and mind my business. But I like to go and support those teachers because I'm telling you, I know what a hard job it is. I mean, geez, Louise. So yeah, I'm gonna be support my teachers. Wait a minute, we got another super chat. Oh my goodness, Eloise, thank you. She says, congratulations, enjoy, love, peace, and joy. So sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. Geez, Louise. Well, one of the things I need to do is buy a new computer. So I'm gonna take all this and I'm gonna put it towards my computer. I said that's going to be my birthday gift to myself. So I love that. This computer is old as I don't know what. Let's give you a thank you. Thank you. Exciting. Okay, wait a second. I think we got another super chat. How do I get back? Jeez Louise. My twin, thank you. She says, congratulations. So happy for you and Miss L. Yes, now you see how she's all up in my business. Yes, but it's a package deal for sure. We went to, this is one of the things, I forgot to give you a thank you. We went to the Crackle Barrel. I told her, I let her pick where she wanted to go. Thank you so much. You are so sweet, especially when it comes to my daughter. So super sweet. Well, so I let her pick what, a lady gave me a gift card. It had a lot of cash on there, right? So I told her, I said, it had places, how those gift cards now have places you can pick. So I said, pick where you want to go. So I thought she was going to choose the Cheesecake Factory. She chose Crackle Barrel and the food was good. So I'm telling you, I have a picture of it. Here we go with this Crackle Barrel. So this is what I got. This is what I had yesterday. So this was catfish, mac and cheese. I had green beans and corn. So my daughter says, as we're getting through the meal, eating it, she said, Mom, I'll switch you out your mac and cheese. And I said, well, she's like, it doesn't look like you're going to eat it. I said, well, you got to give me your green beans. So she gave me some of her green beans and I gave her my catfish. I mean, not my catfish, my mac and cheese. So there is the mac and cheese and there is, she ended up eating it. Here's my mac and cheese and that's hers that she had already eaten. So yeah, so there's that. So we went there and it was pretty good. It was a good dinner. Jeez Louise, not for nothing. Now the fried part of it is not on my plan, but it's on my retirement menu. So that was good. And then the picture you see is of my daughter. We went to what do you call it? Maybe I'll play that video. I'll play that video here soon so you can see my daughter trying to get me to do TikTok stuff. So I said, I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to keep this going. So my daughter went with me to get my nails done, and it's not like a spa. It's just like a little salon, right? So she's sitting in that chair. That's her sitting in that chair right here. When I tell you she got her life, Bellflower. Oh my gosh, she was kicked back, laid back, and how did Escape say? Kicked back, laid back, enjoying the ride. She was enjoying that massage, and the people were looking at her. She was making all kind of noises. And she was like, I'm living my best life. This is so cool. So I just thought that is so funny. I got such a kick out of that. I said, well, you got to get a really good job. So when you get older, you could, be able to take yourself to the spa, get your nails done, get a massage, all that kind of thing. So I think that was a good lesson for her to learn and see, when you want things, you got to work for it. So that was cool. So those are my pictures. And then the last thing I want to share, I'm going to have more time to spend with my daughter. That is honestly the best thing. I just want to be a full-time mom. So when people say to me, I'm already a full-time mom, but I can volunteer at her school, with so many things I couldn't do or go to because I'm a teacher and she's in school and it just didn't coordinate. I didn't want to really take off a lot at times, so yeah, this will be nice that I could just go to her school, help out, leave and come back and just take her to lunch sometimes, things like that. So I'm excited about that. But we went to see one of her favorite people is Michael Jackson. Now I'm going to tell you, we were watching one day. What were we watching one day? We were watching the Super Bowl, Michael Jackson at the Super Bowl. It came up on YouTube. When I tell you from that moment on, she has been mesmerized by Michael Jackson. I mean, it was nothing I said or did. And I was a Michael Jackson fan growing up, and I just loved him. I used to be in front of the TV. Remember his videos came out and they were like mini movies? Well, she has just taken over. She loves him. And I debated about taking her to go to see that movie because I'm one of the parents that I follow the guidelines, right? If it's G, if it's PG, if it's PG-13, I go by all that. So some of my students said, Miss Thomas, you should let her go. You know, they said the only thing that was bad was Michael got spanked a lot by his dad. So I'm like, okay. So I said, well, we know what's going to happen. She could just not look at that, right? One of the things they did do was they said some curse words, and I didn't care for that. But, I mean, it is what it is. So we went, and I just loved the movie. But she dressed up as Michael Jackson, and some people were asking her to take pictures. And I let them take a picture of her only because you can't really see her eyes. So here she is. This is Michael Jr., Mini Michael. Look at this lady. She's Louise. Here she is in all her glory. I just love that. I love that. Check her out. And she was Michael Jackson for something. We went somewhere. Where did we go? I can't remember. We went to see the stage play of Michael Jackson. And we went to see that stage play. And at the, it was here at the, like on the stage. And what do you call theater? At the theater. And so we went to that theater, and I'm telling you, oh my goodness, you guys want me to put it back? I see the comments, but yeah, even when we were at that theater, now she was dressed up more like him at the theater. This was just she threw on that, but she had the hat, the gloves, she had the shoes, the socks, and people were asking to take pictures of her there at the theater. So she threw this on to go to that movie, and people were like just looking at her like they thought she was related to Michael Jackson or something. And I have this cute video of her dancing to the song, Michael Jackson's song after, at the end they played it. So it was cute. It was cute. But my daughter is one of those ones that like to dance. So I'm going to show you, I was going to save it to the end, but it kind of goes with what I'm talking about. So I hope this whole operation does not shut down. But my daughter, one of the things she, talks me into doing is these shorts. And I figure I got to kind of be a good sport. And if I can't make it relate to the GLP-1, I don't really do it. But it kind of relates to the GLP-1. So I'm going to show you this video. And then after this video, we're going to get into my weight loss update and the menopause. Because I see it's 8 o'clock and I haven't even touched on that yet. So I'll let her stand here. But you have to be quiet. I can't talk. Okay, so here we go. All right, here is the video. Now, you guys, this is the challenge. This is like the song is a challenge, like a dance challenge. Is it on TikTok? I don't think it's on TikTok. I don't know what it's on, but we saw a bunch of folks doing it. So I try to do it in a creative way. I'm going to put it out as a short, but I'm going to show it right here. So, yeah. Okay, are you guys ready? Okay, here we go. No syrup, jam, no jam, naked, oatmeal, no sugar, naked. I ate cereal with the can, the powder hurt, no hurt. Ate cereal with the can, the powder hurt, no hurt. Waffle, no syrup, jam, no jam, naked, oatmeal, no sugar, no syrup with the can, with the powder hurt, with the can. No syrup, jam, no jam, naked, oatmeal, no sugar, naked, no cereal with the can, the powder, no hurt, a cereal with the can. Jeez, Louise, now was that the one that was over edited? No, okay. It's so funny because my daughter is something else. We were listening to that. I had put it up and I had to take it down because she said, Mom, we were listening to it in the car. She's like, I think you edited that too much. So I'm like, okay, I gotta go and I gotta shorten the video and take some of those edits out. And I did. So this one is shorter. That one was like over a minute. It just, I was trying to cut it up. I don't know what I was doing, but anyway. So I'm gonna put that one out, but I try to connect it to the GLP-1, but it's her, you know, so she can be on there dancing. So I just thought that was so cute. So yeah, so that's my daughter. Oh geez, what did she get me into? All right, you can go now because that's it. You can go now. A star is born. Jeez Louise. The Michael Jackson dance, I can't play because I'm sure I'll get dinged for that for sure. I think I probably would, but yeah, if I could play that, the Michael Jackson, her dancing to the Michael Jackson, she is really good. I was like, geez, Louise. Okay, so that just brings me to my weight loss. So you guys, I want you to take a guess in the chat. I want you to make a prediction. I'm not going to say exactly what my weight is because I'm going to save it for the video. Because I know some of you see this video update about my weight and you're not going to click on it because you already are going to know. So I'm going to put this baby out on Friday. I might do it for the members on Thursday. I'm going to put it out on Friday. I'm going to have my 2-year reflection with my weight update. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think I am up or I am down? The last time we met, I was 88 pounds down. So what do you guys think? Do you think I lost, I gained, or maintained? What do you guys think? And I'm going to tell you exactly if I lost or gained, but I'm not going to say how much, or maintained. But I'm not going to say what my weight is. I'll save it for that video. All right, so we got some guesses in here. So Taisha is saying she thinks I maintain. Oh. Oh, does Keisha have a new profile pic? You know, when I go up in this chat, I'm gonna get on those profile pics. Ooh, lost 0.2. Okay, 1.2. Okay. Lost. Okay, Cookie says lost. All right. Oh, Patricia. Hey, Patricia. She says lost. You think I lost? Oh, that's Miss Brenda. How are you, Brenda? Oh, Ruth, you think I lost? Okay, all right. Any more guesses? Well, I'm going to tell you, watch the video because I did not lose. I actually gained weight. And I can tell, I can see it in my face. Now, I said to my daughter, I said, do I look like I gained weight? And, you know, you see how honest she is. She's like, no, you look like you lost weight. No, I did not maintain. I gained weight. So I'm going to put it in the video, talk about it in the video. But one of the things I'm trying to decide is if I am going to titrate up. So I'm going to show you guys another video because the whole titrate situation, yeah, Taisha, I had all that going. I figured I would gain, but not so much. So, oh gosh. So I'm going to show you, you know, one of my biggest fears with this GLP-1, I've been talking about this in some of my videos, but one of my biggest fears to gaining, you know, gaining weight or going up and titrating up is, you know, it's just a fear I have. And so I think I might be ready though. I don't know. I haven't totally decided. Maybe I'll share that in the video too, if I'm actually titrating up or not. But I'm going to tell you what my thinking is, and then we'll come back. So watch this video, and then we'll chat. I'm going to tell you, I don't really want to tear up. My biggest fear is maxing out on this medication, getting to that 15 milligrams and not reaching my goal. I know that people are going to flood this comment section and text me or send me messages and let me know that there are other medications on the horizon. You got this, you got that. Why am I even worried about this? And I'm not even on 15 yet. Well, because I'm getting there. And it's a fear. And if I'm being honest, I'm just sharing, you know, what I'm thinking out loud here. I just feel like, geez Louise, I have to reach my goal before I max out on this medication. Okay, do you guys remember that? If you watched that video, you know, I talked about the fear of maxing out on the medication and getting to a certain part in this process with the medication and get, you know, it's all in my head, right? Things are like a, you know, a head game. And you know, and I was just thinking, like, why am I thinking that far ahead? First of all, why am I thinking that far ahead? I just need to get on this 15 and keep it, you know, keep the weight loss going. But the thing of it is because I think Taisha, and I'm just looking over, scrolling at the comments, I see Taisha said, well, hold up, wait a minute, we got another super chat. Oh, who is this? Okay, wait a second. Oh, thank you so much, Harper Mimi. She says, congratulations on your official retirement. Yay! I'm so excited. Now, I'm going to take this and I am going to buy a new computer. Any little extra money I get, I'm going to put it towards my new computer. So thank you. I appreciate that. Let me give you a thank you. You know, it feels good. I feel free. I feel like you. Oh my goodness. There we go. Geez, Louise. Thank you so much. Okay, so I saw Taisha said something about, you know, all of the, you know, celebrating I was doing. And I, you know, if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you guys know I always say, like, I eat for all occasions. And so one of the things I did was I didn't overdo it though. I really didn't overdo it, but I haven't been tracking. I haven't been doing anything extra other than just eating what I eat, eating till I'm full, you know, trying to, you know, keep the portions down. And, you know, but I've been eating things that aren't on my plan that I normally would eat. So I'm not surprised that I gained at all. It's just, you know, how much did I gain is the question. So that's what we're going to find out. But one of the things I've been talking about, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about it in this video, is, you know, the idea of being on I'm 2+ years, right? How many months am I? I'm about 26 or 27 or 28 months, is it? Maybe not that many, maybe 27 into taking the GLP-1. And, you know, and I always fear that, I guess this goes along with the titration of it all. I always kind of fear that, you know, the medication is just going to get so used to my body and stop working. So that's why along the way, I've tweaked this and tried to tweak that. So before I go up on to 15, one of the things I was thinking about, now I haven't decided, but one of the things I was thinking about doing is now that I'm retired, now that I'm, you know, off, I still have a lot of stuff going on, not for nothing. I got so many retirement parties. I'm going to have a little something, you know, my friends want me to have a little dinner or something. They want me to have a party, but I don't want to have a party, a full blown party. I want to have like a dinner where we get together and something like that, something more cozy. And so I have a lot of other things to go to, but I am focusing on getting to that 100 pounds. And, you know, even if I don't get to the 100 pounds, even the inches coming down, you know, I'm focused on that. So I am not going to, you know, I'm going to just really focus in on doing what I need to do. And I say that to say, I don't think that going up on 15 is like a good thing for me at this very moment. I just want to kind of see what I do. You know, I want to see how is that, you know, the appetite suppression. How is that with all the stress of some of the other things I had going on, trying to retire, close out my school year and all of that. So we will see. But I have talked to my doctor and she's on email speed dial. I don't know if that's the thing. And, you know, whenever I give her the word, it's ready. So there's that. So we'll just have to see. So I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a chance. Now, I also thought, you know, not for nothing, I am taking HRT, right? And I don't know if I've said, but here recently, but people who've been around know I'm taking Evamist, right? And one of the things is, here's the last, May 12th, it was my last refill. And the reason why I put May 12th on there is because this baby comes with, it's a spray, and it comes with, and it's, you know, it's helping to replace my estrogen. Here it is. So this spray, it comes with 56 sprays. Now, at the time, I didn't know. And I'm like, how are you supposed to know when you sprayed enough, right? And so I just happened to be scrolling by. Well, now I know it's on the prescription. It was actually on there, written on there, 56 sprays. But at the time, I didn't know. So I was happened to be watching this lady, and I asked around a couple people, even male, and they're like, I think it's 50 something. I'm not sure, blah, blah, blah. So I talked to this, watched this video of this lady, and she was a doctor. And she was like, it's 56 sprays. She said, but it sprays out more than 56. And people think they're kind of getting over like, oh, I got more than 56 out of the bottle. But she says after 56, it's probably very diluted and it's not working as well if you can spray past 56. So in order to remember how many times you have sprayed, right? Because it's going to still come out. Because I'm telling you, mine came out pure, way into the 60s, right? But, it's not the same concentration. So that's why I write the date. So now I know from May 12th, I know to write, however many days to 56. And that's when I know now I need to switch it over. Now, mind you, I'm going to renewing it. So I know it's close, right? Because I get that notification that my prescription is ready, but I don't know the exact time. So if you are somebody who is, interested in taking Eva Mist, estradiol, talk to your doctor. This is a spray. Now, I don't know if I can show you, but one of the things with this spray is, I don't know if you can see, I had sort of like a reaction. I don't know if you can see that. I had sort of like a reaction to taking this spray. Like I would scratch and it was red and it would get, bigger, puffy. And then the same thing. So I switched arms. I didn't know I could switch arms. I went to my menopause specialist and she said I could switch the arms. So I switched arms and now look what I have. You guys see that? So I know Mel was saying you might be allergic to the spray of it all. Now, mind you, when I'm spraying this, I don't put lotions or other things because you might be thinking, well, is it other things that is making her, have this reaction? Well, I don't really put lotions on there if I'm spraying on this arm. And sometimes I just scratch because from it being there. So, yeah, so that's the thing. I did not ask my menopause doctor when I went about changing to a gel or anything. I'm going to have an appointment with my gynecologist who I switched from her because she wasn't trying to get, these hormones tested that I wanted tested. And so this other menopause doctor didn't either. Remember that? How this menopause doctor, I thought I would go into her. She would, she's a specialist. She said the same thing they all say. So we're going to be, not they all, but a lot of them say, we just treat on symptoms, right? And so one of the things I was able to do, so I did not get all my levels tested yet. I didn't do that yet. This doctor was not going to look at it. She didn't want to talk about it. She didn't want this specialist. Mind you, she's a specialist. So I'm supposed to go back to my gynecologist, the one who refused initially to give me those readings and do the hormones. And I'm going to get the hormones. Now that I just have time on my hands, can go, I'm going to go and I'm going to get the hormones. I think it's going to cost me like $250 to do it on my own. I don't even know if my insurance would have covered it. So there's that. Now I'm not even on the school's insurance. I'm on a retirement insurance. So I don't even know if they would cover some of it. I'm going to find that out first. So I'm going to try to get some of it covered or whatever, but I still want to go because I still want to know. But my doctor, my primary doctor, she did give me my estrogen levels. She took it in, I want to say 2023, which is before I started the GLP-1. And my estrogen levels were at 27, like super low. I mean, that's super low. Then when I went back after 3 months of taking it, I went to my regular doctor before I went to this specialist, and I had been taking HRT for 3 months. And I said, I want my estrogen levels taken. I have been taking this HRT and I just want to know where they are. And she was kind of hesitant. Now, this is my girl. She was kind of hesitant to do it because she felt like the menopause doctor should do it. And I said, well, you're the one who did it when I found out I was at the 27. So she looked it up. She saw that she was the one who ordered it. She ordered it. And my estrogen levels, so now they fluctuate. But the last time I checked in March, my estrogen levels were at 292. 292. So it went from 27 to 292. I mean, geez, Louise. So, I mean, in the range that I was supposed to be in, I have totally surpassed that. So I needed to have a conversation with my doctor about it. So I did talk to the menopause specialist about this. She doesn't want to give out any info. I mean, it's just disheartening to me. But I said to her, my levels are at 292. Is that too much? And she said, well, how do you feel? She just kept going back to, how do you feel? How do you feel? And I said, I'm feeling good. You know, my symptoms. She's like, well, on a scale from 1 to 10, how do you feel? And she compared that to what I told her before. And she said, well, it's working. So I would keep taking what you're doing. She didn't even address the fact that my levels went from 27 to 292. She said, it's not about the number. It's about how you feel. And I do get that. But I do think that you take the numbers for a reason. Like the numbers have value for a reason. So we shouldn't be looking at those numbers at all. Why have them to begin with? So I don't buy that. I don't know what it is where, you know, she feels like her big thing is that she said to me is so many times women's symptoms were going unlooked or unchecked or uncared for. And they fought hard for women to just go, you know, get treatment based on how they feel and not what the numbers say. Because if the numbers, you know, if I went in there one day and something was going on and my numbers were fluctuated, it could say something else, and they could refuse to treat me because they would say, hey, your numbers are this or your numbers are that. And I get that, but I also think if a patient wants to know something about what's going on in their body, they should have a right to know. So there's that. So that's where I am. My estrogen levels are at 292. What have I noticed? You know, a change in, I noticed a change in brain fog. I'm not as, you know, sometimes I was very forgetful on just like little things that I should have, you know, been on top of. And it was because I believe I had a lack of estrogen. You know, I got that DEXA scan, so I knew where I stood with my bone density. You know, it could affect that. So my bone density was great. And so I knew it wasn't affecting, it had not affected that to that degree. You know, another thing I felt like I was moody, you know, and which is, for me, that's like saying something, right? Because I'm pretty much even keel and have a smile on my face and I'm ready to rock and roll, right? Every day. But I just did notice like things would irritate me more than normal. So there's that has improved. I feel like I let things kind of roll off my chest a lot more. And then another thing, the hot flashes. Well, I don't know how much of it was hot flashes versus the lights, camera action of it all. But I do feel like I know for a fact, you know, I used to always get hot on this live stream. I know that scaled back a whole lot. And I'm sleeping better. And part of it is I also made a conscious effort to sleep better, but I think the HRT has allowed me to. So I take that Evamist, I spray once a day. And I also take progesterone because I have a uterus, and to protect yourself from uterine cancer, they want you to take this progesterone hormone. So I also take that once at night. I take that. So, and that's supposed to help you sleep too. So that all could be contributing to my sleep. So if you're somebody who's saying, you know, oh, I'm not sleeping, but I don't really have any menopause symptoms, well, there you go. That is a symptom, you know, not being able to sleep. So it might help you the way I think it's helped me. So that is my whole menopause HRT. As far as the weight, though, I haven't noticed that it's helped with anything with weight. And I know I have a close friend that is taking the pellets. That's the BHRT, bioidentical hormone therapy, replacement therapy, and the pellets they insert. You know, she runs marathons. She's very active, but she's couldn't get rid of this belly weight. And she took BHRT for a lot of other reasons, not just this, not just the whole weight thing. But she said they told her, you know, this may not help you lose weight just because you're taking it, and it had not. But she said she noticed that all of her other symptoms were better. So, you know, I'm telling you that to say a lot of women, you know, you have options. Basically, I want to say you have options of what you could do. I would talk to a doctor, but sometimes those options aren't always related to you're going to lose weight, is what I'm trying to say. You know, the weight part may not happen. You know, a lot of times that estrogen declines, and it just accumulates in your belly. You know, that belly fat accumulates, and women who have never had an issue with weight or losing weight or having a belly, even through pregnancies, notice when they get to menopause that they have an issue with belly fat. And so it may help you, it may help you. Just because I don't think it's really helping me as much. I think it may help you. So with that said, I want you guys to, talk to your doctor. Do not go off a lady on the internet, me or anybody else, right? I think it's great to get some information right from us, but I just don't think it's smart for you to go off of somebody, what they're saying on the internet and go with that. And you can't get HRT just based on that anyway. You would have to go and talk to a doctor. Now, how much interaction you could have with the teledoc, I don't know. Some places you could go and it's minimal, but I would go armed with information. So I'm going to tell you, in my little stand store here, I have something you guys could take a guide on the hormones to ask for. Maybe your doctor won't be like my doctor, and you can get all the hormones you can get. So I'm going to find that. Let's see, where is that? I want to put that up here. Here it is. So if you go to my stand store, if you look at that QR code, I just switched that QR code over to my stand store. You go in there and you scroll down, it'll say free. You don't have to pay anything for it. And you get the guide. And then I also have like a script you could use. And the script tells you what you could say to your doctor. So you could either have it there, have it on your phone, take a picture of it, have it on your phone. You could have it, take it with you, a piece of paper, and just kind of refer to it. But sometimes I think, you know how you go and you say, I'm going to say all these things, you get there and you forget. So it's just kind of like a guide for you, or not for nothing. You get nervous or they distract you with something else and you don't say what you came to say. And that's the thing too that can kind of happen. Doctors can be intimidating, but you go armed with your own information. So you have to watch this video where I talk about the story of how I was having a back and forth with this doctor. And I know she was like, who does this lady think she is? And to respond to me, honey, we waited almost 5 minutes, close to 5 minutes before she could give me an example, a real world example, because I had so much to say when she, presented what she was saying. So, we have come so far with this whole HRT, BHRT, women's health, but we still have a long way to go. We still have a long way to go. Just because, don't get fooled and don't get it twisted, because that black box warning is off, that everything is easy peasy, lemon squeezy, because it's not. Because I'm still experiencing the fact that it's not, right? And I'm really on the hunt for another doctor. And I'll kind of have time, now I have new insurance, so we'll see what I can do and where I can go. But yeah, it's just kind of unfortunate that you ask for these hormones and to be tested. You say you're going to pay for them and they tell you, no, you don't need to know. I just think that is so insane. I mean, that's like somebody coming in your house, and I always use this house example, but somebody coming to your house and you're saying you want to paint your house beige, and they're telling you, and you say like, okay, well, what's in the paint? And they say, you don't need to know what's in the paint. Well, why not? It's going on my wall. Can I know what's in the paint? I mean, geez, Louise. Now, is that going to make a difference in how they paint it? Probably not. But do you have a right to know? Yes, because maybe you don't want that particular type of paint in your house. So, it's crazy. And another thing the doctor said to me was, well, you don't need to know your hormone levels because they fluctuate. Well, guess what, lady? So does my weight. But yet you take that every time I come to the doctor's office. There's that. I mean, geez, Louise, I don't want to get worked up on this thing, but geez, Louise. So I say that to say, if you're having symptoms of perimenopause, menopause on Wednesday, come to my live on Wednesday, because we're going to be talking about what those actual symptoms are. And when I say we, I'm going to have a special guest chiming in with me. We're going to be talking about what those hormones, what those symptoms look like. And we're just going to put some information out there. We're not doctors. I'm not a doctor. So I'm not telling you what to do and where to go. I'm just saying, seek out support from your doctor. Maybe they could give you a referral, or seek out support from an actual, sometimes it might not say menopause doctor. It might just say women's health expert or specialist or something with women's health. So those are the people you want to seek out. Okay. All right. So there's that. All right. So how is this all going to affect my weight loss journey? Well, I'm going to be exercising and moving my buns more. I said to myself, I want to be a person who moves, right? I don't want to, I'm not a big fan of working out, being outside, moving around, shaking and baking. That's not me. I could lift the weights. I feel strong. I feel like a boss lady when I'm lifting those weights. Like, how you like me now? But even those weights, I can be challenged. So I'm either gonna, I'm thinking about going to Orange Theory. I'm thinking about going to my local gym here. A couple of them thinking about going to, and I'm just going to be involved in something formal. Now, I told you I'm a group fitness person. Can't you see like I'm a group lady? I love a group. And so I want to go to the, do something group, like somewhere I have to be where people are expecting me. Like that's motivation for me. I thrive in that sort of a thing. But I have to eventually learn how to do that on my own, which I think I have learned because I've still been able to exercise and do some things here, even if when it's just me, right? So, there's that whole thing. So that's how my journey is going to change. Hopefully I could, experiment with some of those Taisha meals, meatless Mondays. Some meals, make some meals. Some of them I'll video, some of them I probably won't. I don't know. But, I just want to get into the habit of taking care of myself, doing things for myself, having that quiet time. Do you guys realize from every day, I don't really have quiet? It's either my daughter, and I love that, right? I love her voice. I can't even imagine not having it around. But I love that. But, I have so many kids talking constantly. Everybody's always talking. It's chatter, chatter, chatter. So I'm looking forward to just having some peace and some quiet and just kind of get to know myself again. I'm just looking forward to that. Being able to pray and just have some like tranquility. Like, it's just I'm yearning for that. So I'm excited about that. How about that? Well, wait a minute. I'm excited about this. Hold up. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. Thank you for joining the party. Partay, I should say. She says, joining the retirement party. Congratulations. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Let's give you a super chat. Here we go. This is going towards my. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. And come crashing down so far. All right, so I know you guys are probably in the chat chatting it up. I'm going to be going in this chat in a second. I think I showed all my things. So, my health goals are simple. I am going to get to that 100 pounds down. Now, Dee Dee is having a meetup this summer. We kind of have it solidified. And at that meetup, I don't know if I'll be at my 100 pounds by that meetup, but before school starts back, I think that's going to be my goal, is to get down to that 100 pounds because my weight loss is going slower and slower. But it's normal. So far, still normal and normal. So I love that. It's normal and steady. And I'll take it, right? I'll take whatever I could get at this point. But, so that's my first thing. And then not for nothing, I have 60 more pounds to go. So me and this 15, we're going to be taking it to the finish line together. 15 milligrams. I have a feeling it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's right here. It's right there. I'll take that 15 everywhere. So I have a good sense of humor about this 15, right? Geez, Louise. So there's that. So I think I answered everything I said I was going to do. Self-care. I'm going to be meal prepping. One of my friends, she's actually has her own situation. She's going through a health scare of her own. So I really should have been giving her this. But one of the things she gave me was a trip to the spa. So I think before I go to that Dee Dee's meetup, I'm going to go to the spa and I might even have to go before then. I take that back because I got things going on. I might have to go to that spa before, but I'm going to have a spa day and I'm going to be doing a lot of self-care because I just haven't been, right? I've just been so focused on that. Another thing I wanted to do, and I have to see if I'm going to do that, but I wanted to get Invisalign. Taisha, is that what you have? I don't know if Taisha's still in here, but I wanted to get that because my teeth had a little space in it and now it's shifted and become bigger. It's like I feel like I could fit a whole tooth in there. So I talked to my dentist about getting Invisalign, but I was like, do I really want to get Invisalign at 53? Well, why not? I'll never forget my grandmother was as cute as a button and she lived to be 92 and her name was Tiny. She was a small lady and she used to always still want to put on lipstick and be like, Shay, I got to put on this lipstick. Can you do my hair? And I used to say to myself, why did she want to still be, made up at 92? But you know what she said to me? Because I've always taken pride in how I looked and why stop now? You know what I'm saying? And that's me. Like, yeah, you know, and I, not for nothing, I see these ladies that are in their 70s. Some ladies are close to 80. I have a lot of friends that are that old, believe it or not. They retired years ago. I was a new teacher coming in and they were halfway out of there. And I'm still friends with them to this day. And those ladies look great. I mean, they look great in retirement. Geez Louise, they are aging backwards. I love that. But some of these ladies are saying, I'm taking the GLP-1 at 71, 75, 78. And when people say, I remember I told this story about how this one content creator, I used to like this content creator, and she made these comments about Oprah taking the GLP-1 and it just turned me off. And not for nothing, she does a lot of cursing and I don't really like that either. But, you know, listening to it, right? Because it's like, I feel like she does it more. It's like she knows I don't like it, so she does it more. But that's just her way, so you listen at your own risk, and and I love that. But that didn't tick me off. What ticked me off was she was making these comments about Oprah taking a GLP-1, and Oprah just turned 70, didn't she? Did she turn 70 or 75? I can't remember. I want to say it was 70. But it's like, honey, at 70, she still has a lot of life to live. Why should you give up on your health at 70? No, you keep pushing through. So take my grandmother's advice, why, you want to make sure you look good and feel good all the way up until God says your time is up. So I say to you, don't let anybody make you feel bad about taking this GLP-1. Don't be embarrassed about it. Don't be embarrassed as taking the easy way out. If it was the easy way out, we wouldn't even need to have these live streams and stuff and talking about it, would we? No, if it was that easy. So it's a conversation to be had because it's not just easy. And for people who've had it easy, it's nothing wrong with that either. Good for you. If you took the medicine, it did its job, and you're on to your greener pastures and maintenance, we applaud that too. The point of it is there's nothing to be judgmental about. I don't really care how people have lost weight, but I'm over here representing the slow and normal losers. That's it. That's all. Does that mean if you lost fast, you're a bad person? No. Does that mean if you reached your goal, you're in maintenance? No. Does that mean that you're going to have loose skin because you lost fast? No. We just know research says a lot of people do, but God, that could not be, that might not be you. So this isn't a channel where I'm bashing the fast losers. I'm just lifting up the slow losers because that's me. You gravitate to who is like you. Right. Or unless you just really like that person. And, like I really like Taisha. She's in maintenance, and so I'm over there supporting her. I'm not close to maintenance yet. You know what I'm saying? So I just think we got to let people be who they are. Let people create content the way they want to create content. We either watch it or we don't. Let people be on these GLP-1s. If somebody told me they were 80 and wanted to take the GLP-1, you know what I'm saying? High five, lady or gentleman. I'm all for it. I just think that to criticize somebody for wanting to be healthy, it doesn't matter what age. I think you should be ashamed of yourself for even doing that. So those ladies out there that are sending me messages, they're 62 and fabulous. They're 70 and fabulous. They're, 80 and fabulous. Like, go for it. It is not too late. And who knows what God has in store for you? Who knows how much longer you're going to live? And I, for one, believe by taking these medications, we all have increased our lifespan. I really do believe that. And I think, not for nothing here, and this is what, 2026, I think by 2028 and 2029, it's going to be a whole different kind of conversation involving these GLP-1s. But for right now, we are pioneers. We are on the forefront. We're going to get criticized. When you're the first to do something, you're going to be criticized, right? Because nobody has tested it out and know if it's going to work or not. So we're the pioneers on this front line, and we got to be able to put our shields on and go and fight that GLP-1 longevity, healthy lifestyle battle. And some of us are doing it different, and that's okay too. If you're over there eating fried foods and you're eating McDonald's and you're still dropping that weight, do that. That's not what I'm doing over here or want to do most of the time. 80% of the time, I'm not doing that. But that you do you. If you're over there on keto or carnivore and you're eating the way you're eating over there, that's not my thing either. You do that. My girl Taisha is on the vegetarian, not vegetarian, she's vegan. She's over there doing her vegan thing. I'm not doing that yet. But, I've done that before, as you know. But, let her have her thing. I just think that we all have our thing. And we got to be okay with people doing that. People come in the comments trying to tell me about these GLP-1s. It's just hilarious to me. It's like, some people are very respectful, but the ones who come and say, you're going to die and this is going to happen and that is going to happen. Well, guess what? Before I was taking it, that could have happened too. I mean, really, that's the thing. I could have had a heart attack. I could have, had a stroke. They forget about that. What about before I was taking the GLP-1? All of those things could have been true too. So to me, the risk is worth the reward. Maybe that's when I start seeing the folks and not even giving them a whole spiel because, are you really trying to help me out? Are you trying to chastise me? That's what I want to know. Because they come on there telling you like it's a news flash. Okay, thank you. All right, have a great day. Have a great day while I go take my injection. Deuces. All right, let me go up in this chat. I didn't get so distracted. Who is up in this chat? Geez, Louise. Oh my goodness. All right, so I don't know if I could go up that far back. Geez, Louise, I'm trying. I'm going. I saw Taisha was the first one up in here. My retired friend. Jeez, Louise. Go Taisha. Go Taisha. Go Taisha. She says, congratulations, my friend. I'm so excited for you to blossom even more. Also, happy Sunday, Divalicious fam. We love that. Thank you so much. And Nail to the beach. She says, good evening, Dee Dee and friends. Happy Sunday. We've had a gamut of people in and out I've seen up here on this chat. But please like and share, subscribe to the channel. Not for nothing. It's so funny. Like these thumbnails, I've been creating. I just love my glamour shot thumbnails. And not for nothing. People are clicking on these thumbnails. And actually they're staying to watch the video. So I love that. So you're going to continue to see my little glamour shop thumbnails. And I love all the thumbnails. I love the creativity out there of people doing all the different things. Some of them look so similar, but some of them are, look different and have the flair of it all out. They just have that flair to them. Super cute. It's like you're going to see more and more with technology. People are going to get more and more clever, including myself. You just never know what I'm going to do up in here. I might fly in on a helicopter for all you know. But the number one thing I want to do is educate people. I'm learning myself. I'm never too, you're never too old to learn. If you're a teacher, you should be a lifelong learner, which I am. And so, I'm going to be learning on these GLP-1s just like everybody else as we go. I'm going to make some mistakes. I'm going to get some things right. And, I'm just kind of happy with where I am and what I'm doing. So thank you for supporting the videos. I appreciate that. I got distracted, but that's okay. That's a good reason to get distracted. Keisha, look, geez, Louise, look at that. Girl, you are doing it well. She's doing it and doing it well. Wait a minute. You got the dark. Is that a red lip? Is that a dark? What color is that? Jeez, Louise, my mom used to wear lipstick like that. And I used to tell my mom, like, don't wear lipstick that dark. But it's cute. It's cute because your face, it just brings it out. People loved it on my mom. That wasn't my favorite. But you remind me of her. You remind me. Look at that. Look at you. Jeez, Louise, the hair. Oh, my God. The eyebrows. Everything just works. Girl, you go. Go, Keisha. Go, Keisha. And Keisha is 200 pounds down. I bet you can't. Nobody tell you nothing. Thank you, Cookie. I appreciate that. The Teddy D. Congrats. Aren't you a bit young to retire? I'm jealous, but happy for you and everyone. I am. I don't know if you heard the story about how, I graduated from high school at 17, college at 20. I was on the trajectory to retire at 50. But I didn't. If my mom would have let me be held back, promoted in first grade, I could have skipped first grade. I would have been graduated at 16. But, geez, Louise. So, one of the things I thank God for is my great mind. And I just hope I keep it, right? Because I've always been a smart girl. this is a humble brag, very humble, seriously, because I know I'm not the smartest, you know what I mean? But I've always been blessed with just like a great mind, you know, I'm good with numbers, good at math, good at reading, very good writer. And you know, it's just I've been blessed with a smart mind, and it started young, and then it just as I grew up, it just continued. And you know, I want that kind of for my daughter, but she's going in her own direction, and I gotta support that too. She's not really one of those like education, you know, she wants to be reading all the time, you know, kind of in the books like I was. She's more into, which I think it has to do with like the society, right? And how people are into the, you know, dancing and being online and creating and all of that. So now that I have time, you know, I'm thinking about, you know, maybe taking my daughter to some modeling classes or singing and dancing. Like, so I don't know, we get stopped in stores, people will say, oh, you know, our store's having a model search for kids, you know, is your daughter interested? And she said no, so I've kind of respected that, and unless she changes, I'm not gonna change or do anything. But you know, it's just like I just love that, you know, she's you know, has her own mind, is doing her own thing. All right. Hello there. Thank you. I'm excited. All right. We got my friends in the house. Chi Chi, how are you? How are you? People are saying hello. Ooh, sweet pea. No wonder I love you. All three of my parents are retired teachers. God bless for your service, Dee Dee. It's truly a gift to have given to your students all these many years. I appreciate that. Thank you, Cookie, for the reminder. Doses of Shani, how are you? Vivi, how are you? Valerie, how are you? She says, congratulations. People are saying hello. Ruth, how are you? She says, happy Sunday and happy retirement. We got Tanya in the house. She says, hey, Miss Dee Dee and Chat. I'm scrolling down. We already saw our super chat from Mail to the B. Let's see. Mail to the B. Let's see. Tanya. She's saying hello again to people. Tiffany, how are you? She says hello and congrats. I appreciate that. I hope some of you guys are still in here. I've been just talking. Oh, Cheryl, how are you? Cheryl, thank you for lighting up my comments. I appreciate that. Jazzy, how are you? How are you? The July birthday person too, right? I remembered that. I hope my memory is correct. Yeah, can you see the hoops? You know, the hoops don't stand out as much as the you know, the what do you call it? The diamond balls, clusters, I don't know what they call it. Rita, how are you? How are you? She says hello. Let's see. Hey Diva, retired from teaching. I am. Yes, yes, yes. A retired teacher. What? You retire August 30th, 2021. Oh my gosh, I love that. Very good. Now, are you a retired teacher or are you retired from something else? Whatever it is, congratulations. I mean, geez, Louise, to be retired up in these streets is a great thing. Geez, Louise. And then I got to give my girl Taisha, when I come across her again, I think we've celebrated Taisha's retirement before, like the fact that she's retired, but let's do it again. Let's see. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. Diva, I even said, though you retire, you're probably busier than ever. I am. Sydney, thank you. She says, congratulations, Dee Dee. Thank you. I appreciate that. Diva, I finally had an appointment with the GLP-1 doctor Thursday. I'm waiting for my insurance company to see if they will pay for the Zepbound. All right, sending prayers your way, Cheryl. I hope they do. Geez, the week. You know what? This was breaking news. I said it to Mail, and I was gonna make it short and did not. But did you guys realize that CVS Caremark is now going to be covering Zepbound back again in October? So if you were one of those people that got dropped and your company deals with you know, CVS Caremark, they're back on the roster, but not until October. So yeah, there's that. But I thought that was pretty good. Thank you, Vivi. I appreciate that. Lights, camera, action, and the hair of it all. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness, a paraprofessional for 28 years. Oh, geez, Louise, let's give you some confetti. What a difficult job you have. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for your hard work and support. We love that. Schools cannot run without you. Thank you. Somebody is saying congratulations. I love that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, that looks like a big giant ring. Round mound of Zepbound. Thank you. He says happy retirement. I appreciate that. Taisha is saying, Mel, you are wearing the heck out of that bodysuit. Absolutely. She definitely is. Mel has body yada 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 yada. We love that for her. Okay, Mel to the B. Thank you so much, Vivi. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness, it's been just a long ride. Jeez Louise, but I'm excited. I'm excited for myself. DST, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. And this is so funny. Somebody told me that there was, I had heard that people were saying, not people, this one person was saying that I got my name from like the Downsizing Diva. And that's absolutely so far from the truth. I mean, my sorority is Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and we are called the Devastating Divas. So that's where I got the name Diva from. And then Downsizing, I got from just wanting to lose weight, right? To going down. Like really, I had that song Mary J in my head. I'm going down. I'm going down. Remember that song? So I had that kind of in my head. I was like, oh, I'm going down, right? It's what I was thinking. And then I was like, Downsizing Diva. So that's how I came up with my name. Nothing to do with the Downsize. Shout out to the Downsize. I was just on Allie's live with them. Go check that out. Allie had a live and invited me on there. And I just came on there. I thought it was her birthday, but it wasn't her birthday. It was her dog's birthday. So shout out to Allie, man. I was thinking I can't miss my girl's birthday. I'm gonna jump on. That's not my comfort to be jumping on a live, but I jumped on there, had a great conversation with them. But the downside. So yeah. So anyway, no, I was not copying the Downsizing Diva. That's one of their like fans that was like heated, thinking I copied their name. I mean, I'm like, geez, Louise, she just doesn't know me, does she? So anyway, I thought that was a cool little fun fact of it all. You said, I feel that I don't want to be in charge of anything either. Yeah, we just don't want to. Well, thank you. Yeah, I do think that's true, but it's like sometimes you just want to sit back and let somebody else take charge. Don't you feel like that sometimes as a mom too, Shani? Like, moms are doing everything. You're checking the list and checking it twice and making sure nobody's naughty, but they're nice. And you just want to chill. And that's where I'm at. Let's chill. Let's settle down. That's what I need to do. Give me a do. How about that? We're going to have like a dating game up in this joint. Yes, you need to sit down for 5 minutes. I know it will be hard because you are used to doing the most. Absolutely. I mean, geez, Louise. Yes, that is 20% of the people. 80% do 80% of the work. Absolutely. It's so true too. Thank you. Kim, how are you? You retired 10 months ago. I was 58. I started my GLP-1 shortly after that in January. Go, Kim. Go, Kim. Go, Kim. Go, Kim. Go, Kim. I love that. Okay, let's give her some confetti. The retired crew. Who knew? I love it. Geez, Louise, I remember so many days saying it in here. I know you guys were thinking this lady is not retiring. Enjoy your retirement and taking care of you and your daughter. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And that is my only intention, right? Is to just do that. All right, that was Taisha. We got Carnivore Muscle. How are you? How are you? Thank you for stopping in. Can you believe I'm retired? Jeez Louise. Diva, I did the same thing. I put my heart into it. I also said the students and parents will miss you, love. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I have so many more photos. I only shared a couple. Like I said, I shared the ones where I know their parents aren't going to be upset, even though they have glasses on. I'm a big believer in not putting folks' kids on the internet. But those pictures, I had permission to. Really, they were up on Facebook. So there's that. Let's see. Sadly, there will be. Oh, thank you. My hummingbird will be gaining her mommy full on. Oh gosh, yeah, she's gonna be on me too. I'll let you know when I retire. No, seriously, you're dang sweet. Yes, mail to the B. I don't know if she was talking to me or not. Thank you. You're saying you love the pictures. I missed so many live streams. Also, when you retire, we're taking a trip. I love that. Those pictures are awesome. Thank you. Great. People are talking about the pictures of it all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We got that super chat. We appreciate that. Mindy, she says, dang it, I was distracted and forgot about the live. That's okay. Go back and watch the replay. Hello there. Thank you. Okay. She says, congratulations on retirement. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate that. Norma, how are you? Oh, Norma, I'm telling you, when I see you bless my comments, I'm like, geez, Louise, I'm having a great day. Thank you for stopping in, Norma. I appreciate that. My name twin, how are you? She says, hi, everyone. Those cheekbones are cheeking, Shay. Geez, Louise. Reset with Anissa. She says, congratulations, Dee Dee. So excited for you. Your second act is loading now. Absolutely. Jeez, Louise, I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, at one point we have 46 watching and 46 liking it. Jeez, Louise, how about that? Congratulations. Welcome to the retirement group. Canadian Queen, are you retired? We love that. Now, somebody else said they were retired. Let's give them some confetti. Now, I'm going to try to get to these comments and get off of here. My daughter washed her hair, so she still, we have to dry it before she goes to bed. So let's see, I'm going down. Did I see Pep with Pam in here? Pep with Pam, how are you? How are you? Love it, love it, love it. You guys must be talking about my daughter. Mel said that wasn't true. Take pics because they never, yes. They never forget. Very easy. Yes, that's so true. Okay, I think you guys are talking about baby Dee Dee up in here. You can tell how much you are loved. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mayor Mindy. Yeah, those dance moves. I have to show you the video she took. Jeez Louise, she is in it to win it. All right, you guys are saying thank you. I'm going to put these on the screen just in case she watches it back. She'll see you guys liked her video. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Jeez Louise. Keisha's profile is everything. Then you guys were guessing, and then we had our super chat. Thank you again. Congratulations. Oh, Michelle, how are you, frankly, Michelle? Thank you. I want to be you one day. Oh, your day is coming. Jeez, Louise. Okay, you guys are giving me encouragement. Thank you. I appreciate that. Remember that video, but I need to do Dee Dee. And higher doses are on the horizon. Yeah, 20 and 25. But, not for nothing. It's been put in my head so much that 15 going up in dose doesn't mean more weight loss. So I'm not giving 15 a fair shot, am I? I'm just kind of like thinking it's not, I'm not going to have extra weight or more weight loss. So I kind of got to get out of my head and get back in the game. Get in the game. Get in the game. Get in the game. Get in the game, Dee Dee. Oh my goodness. So yeah, you remember that video. Yeah, it's a snippet of that video. Taisha says, I'm almost at 7K. Can you believe that, Taisha? That was so fast. Last week I was talking about being at 6,200 and something. So now I'm already close to 7. So if you're listening in and you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. That is so cool. I never expected that. So I'm excited about that. Let's see. Thank you for saying that, Taisha. One slogan that has helped me is fear is false evidence appearing real. Yes, I know that acronym too. And to remember that I can only control my input, but never the outcome. Absolutely. Let's give you some confetti. That is a word. Sweet bee. Love it. Very good. Thank you for that encouragement. I love that. All right, so people are saying, hello, Vicky, how are you? I told my doctor the other day when the Medicare starts to cover Zepbound, it's not going to be good it's going to be the quick pen. Okay, so I was told by my doctor the other day that when Medicare starts to cover Zepbound, it's not going to be good it's not going to be it's going to be the quick. Oh, so it's going to cover the quick pen. Is something wrong with the quick pen though? Isn't that okay for it to do that or no? I don't know. It looks like it's fine. I mean, I guess it's not the pen we're used to. I'm scared. I'm always hungry. Have you crave carbs and junk, and you're on 12.5. Well, join me. You might have to go up in dose. Have you talked to your doctor about that? And are you eating one of the things you could do maybe is try to cut out sweets too. That's the thing, because you know you might have these cravings on 15, but cutting out the sweets and eating probably mostly 80%, 90% even whole foods, and you know that might help, because a lot of what my sweet tooth kicked back in, it was because I was eating something sweet. So, and that's just the truth of it. So I don't know, that could be different for you, but yeah. But other than that, if you're not eating sweet things, and you know you're doing things, you know, the way you know we should be getting that protein in, and you're doing all the things, or mostly all the things, then I would talk to your doctor for sure. Did I miss Brenda saying something? I think I have. I missed her. I don't know what she said. Oh, Brenda. Oh, that's right. Your mom passed away. I'm so sorry about that. But you have lost 4 pounds this week. Excellent job. I don't want to give confetti because you're also saying your mom passed away, but that's excellent. Excellent job. Cheers to you. Cheers to you for that. How are you doing? How are you holding up? That's so tough. Geez Louise, I'm in that club and I don't want to be there, but I'm in it. Let's see. Mel says, yes, Dee Dee, it sprays out, but it's not the concentrated meds after 56. Yeah, so that's good to know. You have to pay out of pocket, says Cheryl. You wait for approval. Okay, very good. All right, so, all right, let's see. So Pam says, because levels change throughout the day, so they think one-time testing doesn't really show the full picture. I know, but you still can get the information. I have not tried the spray. I've tried the patches, and now using the gel has been great. Very good. Okay, so using the gel. I thought about switching to the gel. I may do that, Ruth, in the summer. I go to my gynecologist actually next month. I still say you're doing an amazing job. Thank you. I am. I mean, you can't take away what I have going on so far. I get that. But that's okay. You know, it's going to take me a little bit longer, but that's all right. I got it in me. Yes, Pam, but it's good to know, especially if you want to optimize, go up or down, whether it's your your FSHs, your TSH, your testosterone or progesterone. It really is important to know. And of course, estradiol. 292 says being on the spray at Mel B. Congratulations, Dee Dee. Good. That's a good plan. Don't go up yet until the proper adjustments have been made. Absolutely. Yes. You said you're at the end of menopause. You're now at 57. You're 57. Okay, very good. Very good. How do you feel? That's most important too, I would say. How I feel is super important, but there are unseen and unfelt signs associated with low hormone levels like bone, muscle, collagen, heart health, brain, and focus. Absolutely. Yeah, I was experiencing those things. You know, I would say when people would say that, like, I don't have your regular. 1 second. No, you need to be downstairs like I asked you to. Hold on, guys. So you're saying, so I used to have those symptoms where you didn't really see it. It wasn't like obvious what everybody else was going through, but I knew because I had, done some research on perimenopause. I knew what all those signs and symptoms were. So that was so helpful to be in the know. I totally agree. I think we're willing to do the lab test. They should test it. Yeah. And let us figure it out for ourselves. Absolutely. Absolutely. Progesterone is a dream. The 12 days a month I take it, I sleep better than I've slept in my life. Very good. Very good. Okay. And then we got MVP giving us that super chat. We love that. Reaching menopause does not mean your journey is over. Postmenopause is a permanent state. Estrogen stays low, which brings on ongoing health risks. Yeah. And I tell people that all the time. You know, I remember making that video and I was singing that song. I'm postmenopausal. I'm postmenopausal. I'm postmenopausal. I had to get that in. And I remember somebody leaving a comment. They were actually a content creator and was like, Okay, Dee Dee, if you're excited about it, and you know what, why not embrace it? I don't have not having more kids. It's not like I want to have a baby. You know, I mean, other than that, not having a cycle, I'm excited about that. Um, and I just embrace like being a woman. I feel like I'm officially like a grown a woman. When I hit that stage, and not for nothing, I'm one of those people. I embrace my age. I just know people don't always make it to 53, especially these day and age and times. Things can happen. A lot of people are dying prematurely. And for me, I'm just excited that, God has decided to give me another trip around, around the sun. I mean, geez, Louise. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited about growing old. I'm not afraid of it right now. Now, a girl has the right to change her mind. But right now, I'm not afraid of it. I just kind of embrace it. And, it's not always about looks either. It's how you feel. I'm feeling good. And, plus I got things to live for. So there's that. But whenever God is ready for you to go, that's when you'll go. So I just feel like, I just want to make the best imprint on the world while I can. And that's it. That's all. That's my goal. And to be a great influence on my daughter. So if I could do those things, and not for nothing, I'm doing those things. I'm quite happy with myself and where I'm going. And if I don't lose another pound, I'm still fabulous, right? I'm fabulous at 220, whatever. I'm going to be fabulous when I get to that 140, whatever, or 150, whatever it is. And when not for nothing, when I was 300 pounds, it's times where I did feel fabulous. So, there's that. I think you just got to be happy with yourself. And I kind of am. So I'm excited for myself. Let's see. I would be able to sleep through the night if my darn bladder did drop from my hysterectomy. Yeah, I was having issues with that at first too, Rita. But now I'm good. I use DD Menopause info to get all the labs done. So thank you. Yay! I love that. And good for you for going and getting those labs done. I love that. Very good. Okay, you went armed with information. Hey, Stephanie, you said, I love the info you put out. Thanks, sis. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's just kind of my goal, is to educate people. I'm learning as I'm going. So I'm educating people, but I'm not saying like I'm authority on, I'm an authority on this, or I'm an authority on that. I just am an authority on me. All right. And what works for me. And I can kind of give advice based on what's worked for me and my experience. And not really advice, but I'm not really giving advice. I'm saying what worked for me. But you're going to hear, I always say, thank you. This came in so handy, Mel, but talk to your doctor, your healthcare professional. Don't take, information without following up with the doctor, from anybody off the internet, off, on your street, your neighbor, nobody. You should always get it checked out. When people give me supplements and different things, or you should try this and that, I research it myself before I take it, even though I might trust the people, they might have taken it. If I talk to somebody and they ate these and took these vitamins and it made their hair grow down their back, I'm not going to run out and take it without talking to my dermatologist about it first, or my doctor. I'm just not. I want to be careful with what I'm doing. You said if the doctor can't give you what you're asking for, time to move on. Bye, Felicia. I know that's right. So that's another thing. That's my other goal, is to look for another gynecologist. I hate that. But yeah, I will be looking for another one. I have to do it. Exactly. They can explain to us about the levels throughout the day and the reason why they treat symptoms, but we still have the right to test what we want. Yes. And that menopause doctor, excuse me, I walked away from that menopause doctor. Like, that doctor, I won't be seeing her again at all. I already know that. She knows that. We know that. So now I just got to get another gynecologist, not this lady that I currently have. But I am going to finish it up with her and finish it out with her. And then I have time to look. The only thing about it is they're all friends, because they're all kind of in this one system. So there's that. I think they all kind of think alike. And the one I told was different. She went somewhere else. Like, I think she moved out of state. So there's that. Oh, yours is 23. Geez, Louise, yours is lower than mine. Look, Rita, are you feeling okay? Nancy, how are you? How are you? Okay. Congratulations on your retirement. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Taisha said the video that had me initiate my HRT experience was this. Oh, Taisha, you taking it way back, honey. Jeez, Louise, thank you for sharing that. That was a year ago. It was. We talked about the perimenopause, menopause of it all. Jeez, Louise, you know, you look at your old videos, you're like, jeez, was that me? She said she streamed that video on November 2024. Oh man, Taisha, geez Louise, thank you for that. Okay, I think am I almost to the end? Oh no, I'm at 8:40. Oh, geez Louise. Okay, I'm scrolling down. Jamie, thank you. She says, congratulations. Don't be scared of 15. Okay, Jamie, I'm taking that advice. I will not be. I think I'm ready to handle it head on. Okay, that type tofu meal from Taisha. It looked delicious. I was gonna say it was looking delicious on Taisha's thing, and it looked delicious on yours. She sent me the picture. It looks good. I just turned 69 on May 19th, and I feel the best I have felt in 30 years. Jeez, Louise. Oh my goodness. All right, Harper Mimi, you look good too. Jeez, Louise, not for nothing. I love that. Happy birthday. So we got to sing happy birthday to you, May 19th. So not too long ago. All right. Are you ready? Happy birthday, Harper. Happy birthday, Harper. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Harper. Happy birthday, Harper. 69. And I say, where? Geez, Louise. I cannot believe you are 69 and feeling fabulous. I love that. She says she's felt the best she has felt in 30 years. All right. It won't come off. It loves Harper. Is it coming off? It won't come off. It's stuck. It loves Harper. Harper, I love that. Very good. 69. Looking good. Yes, yes, yes. People are saying you look incredible. Telling you happy birthday. We love that. Very good. Oh my goodness. Jeez, Louise. All right. People are saying hello. Happy birthday. Once a teacher, always a teacher. Absolutely. Stephanie says, I love how you support everyone. I was a fast loser at 58. People say people say I took the easy way out, but I don't care. I did this for me. It's my time now. Glory. Hallelujah. Amen. I love it. I hope you're still in here because I'm about to give you some confetti. Yes, we love that. We don't care what folks say. No, no, no. And you know what? Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. If I were on here and I lost fast, I'd be talking about fast losers. And, I'd be talking about that, but I just have to talk about my story. But that doesn't mean I can't support the people who lost their weight, however they lost it. I think, this is a judgment-free zone. It is not my thing, but that's okay, And I think, we got to embrace that. And I say, it doesn't bother me if people know I'm on a GLP-1. I really don't care. I don't care at all. I'm not shying away from it. I don't care if people think it's cheating. I think it's a treatment. I think it's a supplement. Just like you take a multivitamin. Well, guess what? I take a GLP-1. Now what else is going on? As Cynthia Bailey would say, what else is going on? You guys know who Cynthia Bailey is. You graduated at 17. Maybe that's why we're friends. Early is good. Quality over quantity. Look at you. Cute pig. Love the glasses. You look like you are somewhere fabulous with the weather and everything. She said, I know that's right. Dee Dee, I saw you on the live with Fit Favorite Fun and the Downsize last week. Great job. You guys look like you were having fun while providing good content. Yes. And I just got the message that day and I kind of hopped on. And she sent me an email. And so yeah, but I thought I was going on there. I thought it was her birthday. I was like, okay, I'm ready to celebrate her birthday. So after the live, we talked real quick behind stage, the Downsized, Allie and myself. And that's when I realized, oh, okay. I said, I thought it was your birthday. It's your dog's birthday. But I love it. I celebrate anybody's birthday. I love a good birthday. Jeez Louise. It's not bragging. You realize you were blessed and used it to benefit children. Yeah. Sometimes you got to humble brag. I think on here, we get a lot of humble bragging on here, people losing these pounds. And not for nothing, I could be on here. A July baby. I could be on here like, I'm not going to put their comment up because they lost and I'm not losing right now. But I had my shine. I was on here dropping pounds every week. So now, and I was celebrating people. So now, even though I'm not dropping pounds, I'm still here to celebrate folks because not for nothing. We need somewhere to go for people to celebrate us. So guess what? Come here. I'm still enjoying the conversation. I always say slow and steady wins the race. Absolutely, Tiffany. Now, did I give somebody who just went? Oh, I don't know. I'm like, did I give a super confetti? Bye, Cheryl. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Ms. B, she said, so excited for you, Shay. Congratulations on your retirement. I need to follow you out the door. I love that. Absolutely. Okay. It amazes me how people just like to talk crap. Just having a comment, your name shows their character flaws out in the open. Go off, Pam. Go off for me, Pam. I love it. Okay, so you guys are saying hello. I think you are saying hi. I think I'm near the end. Is that my girl Pammy Whammy up in here? Let's see. Okay. Hey, Pammy Whammy, how are you? She says, I'm so happy to be postmenopausal too. No crabs. None of the perimenopause issues now, all the things. Yeah. I don't know why I think people, now I can see if you wanted to have more kids, right? And I can see how that could be that can make you sad, or maybe it meant something special to you in some way. I don't know. I try not to really judge people because you just never know people's background and what they've been through. But so it is what it is. But I for one was so glad to see that cycle go. It's like, goodbye. Can I escort you out the door? I can't escort you out fast enough. How about that? And Jazzy is saying the most important thing is that we have lost the weight. Absolutely. I think that's so true. We have lost the weight. All right. So with that, guys, I'm going to be out of here. I appreciate you guys stopping in. If you haven't watched my latest video, go and check it out. I'm talking in there about the menopause of it all. I'm going to be talking more about that too on my Wednesday live. So I want you guys to go and check out my latest video here. What has changed? The belly, you can see something is going awry. And we're celebrating all things retirement. I mean, geez Louise, I am just excited. I'm happy. Thank you for celebrating with me. I had a great time. And I got to get my daughter's hair blow dried out and get this lady in the bed. I'm going to put up that short so you could go back and watch that again. Maybe I'll put that up sometime this week, but I'm not going to put it up tonight because actually I am going to bed. I was up kind of late. So thank you for stopping in again, for the people who gave super chats, for the people who gave comments, and congratulations. I appreciate you all. Have a good night. And we will end with, hey, yeah, catch the replay. Thank you. Watch the replay. All right. It's just me. I love that. Good night, everybody. Bye. And we will end with my twin.